Welcome back everyone for a Sensei Rumble Cobra Kai Season 4 Watch Party. The Season 4 trailer clearly put Daniel and Johnny front and center. Much of the plot of Season 4 will revolve around their ability to team up and get along for all of their students to follow. I want to start with a popular theory that I've been asked about many times since the Season 4 trailer. Will there be some sort of sensei bracket? Will Johnny and Daniel fight it out at the All Valley tournament? In short, the answer is no. I know a lot of you are excited to see a match or fight between them, but that's not happening in Season 4. There's a lot of reasons why. First, any sort of fight or rematch between Daniel and Johnny like this is far more likely to happen towards the end of the series, not in the middle. Also, this is still the under 18 karate tournament. Watch.
To the 51st annual All Valley Under 18 Karate Tournament!
I cannot emphasize enough that when he says under 18 karate tournament, he means under 18 years old, as in no one older than 17. The senseis are not part of the actual competition. There's other reasons too. What happens if someone fights unaffiliated the way Robbie did in Season 1? That fighter wouldn't have a sensei. It would be unfair. That's also why there won't be some award for most points overall or something of the sort. Rules like that would favor dojos with more students. Keep in mind, whatever the rules for the tournament will be, every competitor should have an equal and fair chance of winning. So what, then, is in the story for Daniel and Johnny in Season 4? Well, it's been obvious since the words,
"Ready? Let's begin!"
that they would definitely be bumping heads. In some of the released scenes, we definitely saw them stepping on each other's words. The teaser scene of the training is a lot more of the same. Early on, this will be played for comedy. It's funny. The show has been building to this for 3 seasons. It's time to just let it rip and have some fun. However, the comedy will not last. By the end of episode 2, the laughs will turn into serious concerns. Terry Silver is back, Robbie is full on Cobra Kai, the time for screwing around is gone. Daniel and Johnny will realize if the kids are going to work together, they need to work together. They let down their barriers and really dive into what the other is teaching. This is what gives us the cross-training scenes. As they lead, their students will follow. But there must always be drama and the victories won't last. After they hunker down and learn from each other, a new conflict will emerge. That is, Daniel is growing close to Miguel, and Johnny is not sure he likes that.
So now you know what's best for Miguel.
Obviously, Johnny and Miguel's relationship is one of the driving forces of the entire series. He's close to Miguel and very protective of Miguel. They've been through a lot together. But when Daniel starts feeling that mentor role in Miguel's life, suddenly it is no longer about the All Valley or the bet or about stopping Kreese. It's personal. Is Daniel LaRusso once again moving in on Johnny's turf? 34 years ago, it was with Ali. Now it's with Miguel. While the situation is completely different, the way Johnny feels is exactly the same. Can't you leave well enough alone? Can't you let me look after Miguel? Can't you teach him karate and not insert yourself as a father figure? But obviously, Daniel doesn't see it that way. He's helping Miguel out the way he does all his students. Plus, Miguel and Sam are dating. Daniel is naturally going to take a little extra interest in him. And by the way, Miguel himself is open to Daniel. Miguel appreciates how Daniel is helping him. Now, if Daniel and Johnny were mature, responsible adults, that would be the end of it. So obviously that's not going to be the end of it. I expect this to be the source of a lot of conflict, maybe around mid-season. The JoJos start working together. The cross-training is showing real progress for everyone. Once they're on the verge of this mini victory, the rivalry returns. It starts with Miguel and then expands to Terry Silver. What do they do about him? The trailer tells us they obviously have different ideas on how to handle Silver. Those differences will be what drives them to work together. As far as the clashes over who is Miguel's mentor, I think it will represent an opportunity of growth for both of them. It'll probably take a while, maybe not until the end of the season. I think eventually they will learn that they both want what's best for Miguel and will have different roles in his life. The key moment will be when Daniel realizes Johnny does have a special relationship with Miguel. He sees that Johnny's relationship with Miguel is like the relationship he had with Mr. Miyagi. I think he'll learn that from Miguel. The key is it's not something direct. Over time, he sees Miguel's loyalty to Johnny and he connects that loyalty to the same feelings he has always had for Mr. Miyagi. Daniel can really respect that. He doesn't want to taint it. Likewise, Johnny will learn Daniel isn't trying to take over his role. I actually think part of his growth will come from Samantha. They're going to spend time together and I really think their personalities will rub off on each other. For Johnny, what this means is he'll understand Miguel and Sam's relationship. He'll understand why Daniel is looking out for Miguel. There's no ill intent. Daniel wants what's best for Miguel and Sam. Plus, as Sam takes on more of Johnny's characteristics, he'll come to like her and support her in Miguel's relationship. He's happy they're together. In that case, he understands it's helpful if Miguel and Daniel do have a close bond. Miguel has to get in good with her dad, in which case Johnny lets up on his grudge against Daniel for Miguel's sake. This obviously concludes with Daniel and Johnny united and stronger than ever. Except that doesn't seem to be the situation in the trailer. There are some key shots with what appear to be the dojos training separately. Miguel is jumping rope with a chain at a new Eagle Fang facility. We can see from the symbol on the wall that this is Eagle Fang. Plus, this shot with Sam and the others in a gi strikes me as similar. The Miyagi-Dos are training alone. The simple explanation is just before the tournament they break off again for some final training. The problem is that in itself doesn't feel strong enough. We need some dramatic tension. We need conflict. They can't conquer their differences and finally come together and break up at the same time. It's also worth noting any split between them doesn't alter or affect their bet with Kreese. Truthfully, I'm still unsure. It could be that Daniel feels like Sam is becoming too much like Johnny and wants her and his students away. Or Johnny feels like Miguel has become too much like Daniel. But I think the real reason is more rooted in Cobra Kai with Kreese and Silver. In the trailer, we see Kreese planting seeds of doubt in Johnny. It will be interesting to see how Johnny and Daniel react to this sort of mental attack. I suspect while they join forces in karate training, they remain at odds in the mental attacks. My late season Kreese and Silver's mind games have succeeded. Johnny and Daniel split. It's not because of the kids, but the manipulations of Kreese. Unfortunately, other than the little we saw in the trailer, we don't know what those manipulations are. It will obviously put the two at odds with each other. However, even though they split, what they learned from the other sticks with them. They still carry those lessons into the tournament as they are fighting for the soul of the valley. That is the theme of the season. The big question is, how do they end the season? Well, as I've predicted in my main event video, I believe Cobra Kai will win the tournament and the bet. That puts Daniel and Johnny in the same situation. They'll both have to shut down. They'll feel like they failed. Even more so, their students, especially Miguel and Sam, will feel like they failed them. The regret and disappointment from their own top students will be their immediate concern. After that, with the dojos shut down, they will likely go their own ways into Season 5. What happens next, we will have to wait and see. How do you think Daniel and Johnny will get along in Season 4? Leave a comment and let me know. Be sure to subscribe. As we reach Season 4, I will bring you live reactions and reviews. It's going to be great. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.